Hello. I recently had the opportunity to get up into the tundra. I spent a couple of weeks at a place called the Daring Lake Tundra Ecosystem Research Station. It is a camp about 300 kilometers north of Yellowknife, Northwest Territories. The camp is used for a wide variety of research, everything from permafrost to climate change to wildlife and water quality. I'm working on another video of the trip showing the landscape of the area and a few hikes that we did, but I'm heading out in the bush for another 3 weeks, so be sure to like and subscribe so that you can see the video when it comes out. This video here is focused mainly on fish. So, the second last night in camp, the winds finally died down and we had a nice, beautiful, calm evening. And while down near the water's edge, I saw a bunch of ripples along the edge, so I grabbed the drone, sent it up, and had a look, and here is some of what we saw. So you'll see a large school of fish working along the boulder line at the bottom of the screen. Initially, I thought these were just a large group of small bait fish. But once I got the drone up in the air and had a closer look, they're obviously a much larger fish than your typical bait fish. So it's really hard to estimate the size. I'm guessing these are 1 to 2 feet in length. I think that's about 3 to 4 feet of water. My initial thought is that they were lake trout, although the white flashes while they're feeding doesn't quite look like lake trout. But you'll see in footage later on, as you zoom in and get closer, they definitely do look like lake trout from the air. But if anybody disagrees and has a better idea, feel free to say so in the comments. So, while recording these smaller fish, I ended up finding a much larger trout. This one's definitely a lake trout, and I ended up following this one for about 20 minutes all told. The clarity of the water at Daring Lake is pretty amazing. You can see at least 8 to 10 feet down quite clearly. It's pretty difficult to get used to driving a boat because you think you're coming up on rocks, but really you have quite a bit of depth left underneath the hull. The camp at Daring Lake doesn't allow sport fishing. You are allowed to fish, but any fish that you catch you have to keep and process. You have to record the weight, the fork length, the stomach contents, and things like that, and the fish is eaten in camp and not brought back to town. It's part of the reason why the fish population there is so healthy. I found it interesting here, once the fish got into the boulders, it almost seems like it's using the boulders to hide from view as it's going up and checking on the other side to see if there's any prey to jump upon. I am not a fish mind reader by no means, but that is what I picture happening. So here I went back and got a little closer to the group that was feeding along the shore. And I don't know, from here it definitely looks like lake trout to me, but I could be wrong. A couple of days before I got the drone footage, I tried running the GoPro underneath the boat to try finding fish along this is a set of narrows between Yamba Lake and Daring Lake. I got a few fish, but it also shows kind of some of the terrain along the lake bottom. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm working on another video of the Daring Lake area, including the largest esker in North America. It's about 800 kilometers in length, which runs right behind the Daring Lake camp, as you can see here. That video will be out in a few weeks when I get back from the bush. So be sure to like and subscribe. Until then, have a good one.